why do you owe yourself so much?
Alright, cool. If I'm just running it off, starting it off from the jump, I'd say I owe myself a lot because of the things that I've gone through in my life. Do you get me?
As long as I never quit, I'll never lose. Do you know what I mean? Because really and truly, if I keep going, like there's not gonna be a chance for me to lose. I only, like you said, guaranteed to lose if I guarantee to throw in the towel. If 100%. I'm guaranteed to be like, yeah, you know what, done. Do you know what I mean? Welcome back to another episode of the Energizer Podcast. Now, before I even get into it, we're with the flyest hosts, you know, your two favourite hosts. You got myself, Ty.
The flyest man in West London, Tay.
Tell him again.
Get me.
And yeah, man, I'm in a good mood today. How you feeling, my bro?
Energy's high, bro.
Energy's high. Listen.
And always, but this is Energizer. Like, energy has to be high, man.
Tell him again, man. So let's just get straight into it, man. The topic of today is going to be called, the title, as you already know, is why do you owe yourself so much? So before I even give any more context in terms of the details of the episode, why do you owe yourself so much?
Alright, cool. If I'm just running it off, starting it off from the jump, I'd say I owe myself a lot because of the things that I've gone through in my life. Do you get me? I've gone through certain trials and tribulations. I didn't go through that for no reason. Do you get me? So that's why I owe myself to be successful and get to the other side. Do you get me? Because I went through the hurdles. Do you get me? So that's what I'd say still. What about you?
Strong, man. And bro, like, I 100% kind of resonate with what you said there. And like, for me, just speaking personally, sorry. And this episode, guys, like, you know, we're always going to be coming with the gems and stuff, but this really does resonate with me as an individual, and same with Tay, I can imagine, I owe myself so much just because, like you said, all the stuff we've been through, yourself has been through, I've been through. There's no way that even on myself now, I've went through so many different trials and tribulations, so many hurdles just for me to just give up, just for me to be lazy, just for me to quit. That don't make sense. For me, you, all you guys watching, do you know what I mean?
You know, when you go through certain things and you're like,
hey guys, I just want to let you know that we have our first actual sponsor. So today's episode is sponsored by, you can already guess, Trendsetter London. So let me tell you a bit more about this brand, Trendsetter London is a premium fashion brand. It's proper, do you know what I mean? You got the nice hat here, matching my hoodie here, black going with the black, do you know what I'm trying to say? So they do a variety of different clothing items such as your hats, your tracksuits, your t-shirts. They even got a baseball jacket coming, so you know what I mean? Man, them, watch out, do you know what I mean? Because it's proper still. Later in the episode, we're going to have a couple promotional codes as well to get you guys plugged up with a discount if you go to their website. So make sure you check it out, man. All links are going to be below. Trendsetter London, you don't want to miss it. Boom.
this can't be for no reason. Do you get me?
Yeah, man.
What I'm going through cannot be for no reason. There has to be something out of this. I must be getting something out of this. Do you get me? And that's the way that I deal with all situations in my life. I look at it like, all right, cool, I'm going through this now, but I can't wait to get out on the other end. Do you get me?
Yeah.
So that's the way.
So let's talk specifically on the first subtopic about why you owe it to yourself not to give up, because I feel like temptation is there. Like when you're on this journey, as we are, you know, I'm not successful yet. Do you know what I mean? Even though I said
pause that. Yes, you are successful, bro. You are.
Alright, cool. Let me rephrase. I am successeful, but I'm not finished.
Sorry, you're not finished. You're nowhere near finished. None of us are. But what is your definition of success, bro? I feel like we touch on this all the time, but what is your actual definition?
My definition of success, but there's different types. So financial success to me looks like not having to exchange my time for money and being able to wake up and have all my hours in a day.
But forget dividing it though. What's your overall definition of success? Not financial, personal, family. What's your definition of success in general?
Doing things with intent and being fulfilled as a person. And what I mean by that is like doing things with intent. So I wake up now, or if I was where I want to be, finished, like I said, I'd wake up and I'm like, boom, today I'm going to go and take my family on holiday. I'm doing that with intent because I have the time to do that, and that fulfills me as an individual.
What you just said there, though, like when I'm finished, you're never going to be finished. Did you get me? You're never going to be finished. I read, you know, I got the book, The Way of a Superior Man.
Yeah.
I haven't read it properly, but I've seen a few different
pages.
That's my book, bro.
That's my book, bro.
And it said that remove the idea that you're going to finish one day. This thing's never going to finish. Like once you hit that success that you're talking about, there's going to be a next goalpost that you have to reach. Do you get me? So you're never going to be finished. Do you get me? So if success in your head is when you're finished, when you've completed all those goals, I feel like you need to change that definition still, because it's always going to change.
Yeah. You know what? Man, just going on one topic and my brother's like, yo, shut up, man. What's success?
What I feel like my definition of success
go on.
is having a vision of what you want to do and progressively working towards that. Do you get me?
Strong.
Then you are successful when you're taking a step to get to that end destination. Do you get me? I don't really feel like it is the end destination. It's the steps to get to that destination that make you successful. If you're doing that every single day, then you are successful. Do you get me?
Yeah. You
Even
know
if
what,
you're not
bro,
there yet.
you're right still, and you're right to pull me up on that, man. So calm. Now that's we've ironed up that little crease.
Let's get back to
cool. So like for me, in terms of why I owe it to myself not to give up, like deeper than what I've been through, bro. It's like if I decided to give up now, imagine all the things that all the rewards that are sitting on the other side that I've just stopped. Like it's like you go into a destination and then at the first left, the first right, you're like, nah, I'm gonna pull over and quit, when you know you've got the whole rest of the journey to get to. Do you know what I mean? Or get through.
100%. And quitting, you see, when you quit, you're definitely 100% confirmed you're going to lose. You get me? But if you keep on trying, there's a small chance that you might bust through. Do you get me? But if you quit, then you know that it's over. Do you get me? So what's the point in quitting, really and truly? If you know you got that small percentage, if you just carry on.
Yeah. And I also feel like on that note, sorry, I like to live by the type of mentality where it's like, as long as I never quit, I'll never lose. Do you know what I mean? Because really and truly, if I keep going, like there's not gonna be a chance for me to lose. I only, like you said, guaranteed to lose if I guarantee to throw in the towel. 100%. If I'm guaranteed to be like, yeah, you know what, done. Do you know what I mean? Which 100. I can never do.
And even if you're not at the place that you want to be at right now, what you need to understand is that during the process, you're learning things, you're picking up skills, you're developing like different ways of doing things. You get me? So that's why I say like, the power's in the process, bro. I say it all the time, like it's in the process. You get into that destination. That's where you learn everything that you need. Do you get me?
100%. And when it comes to like, let's even talk on a deep one. So like, I want to make this episode best parted for you guys watching, but I can only do that by giving real life examples of who I am and myself. Do you know what I mean? Make it real and authentic. So it's like, whenever I am at home and I'm feeling lazy, whenever I'm at home and I'm feeling like, damn, I want to quit, I always think to myself, there's someone out there just like me, fighting for the same position that I want to be in, who's carrying on the days when I'm feeling lazy,
100.
Who's carrying on and persevering and is doing more on the days when I'm trying to do less. So it's almost like I'm always in like a race with an invisible figure there. Do you know what I mean?
And deep it, there's people on your same level that's trying to get to where you are, but there's people below you still trying to get to where you are, but they're working 10 times harder than you. Do you get me? Because they're already behind. Do you get what I mean? So we always say that not to be in competition with others, but always that know that there's other people trying to take your spot as well. Do you get me? So you need to work hard.
100%. And that comes back to like just never getting comfortable or complacent, because like even though, like you said, you're not where you want to be ideally now, just know that you're in the hot seat wherever you go. Do you know what I mean? Wherever you're at level 3, you're in the hot seat because someone in level 2 wants to be at level 3 and they're not there. Whether you're in level 9, someone who's level 7 wants your seat, you're in the hot seat. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So never give up. Always carry on doing what you're doing, and always understand that from time you're getting comfortable, then your spot's going to be like put in jeopardy in a sense. Yeah,
100%.
Always got to carry on.
100, you have to carry on. There's people out there coming for your spot, bro, literally. Even if you don't see it, there's people coming for your spot. Do you get me? So you need to stay on top of it, bro. And it's even people that people that may be in a worse position than you are now, but they're going to creep up on you. Do you get me? Because it's like, they're already behind here, so they're working 10 times harder just to get where you are now. Do you get me? But by the time they get to where you are, they've got this momentum to keep on going.
Strong.
Do you get me?
Yeah, back onto my point, bro. I had another question, and it was like, we're talking about comfort, we're talking about the hot seat, etc. But what's your perspective on like people not wanting to start something because they don't think it's the right time to do so?
Oh, that's what you meant.
Yeah.
There's never going to be a right time, bro. I'll be honest with you. There's never going to be a right time where everything's aligned. Do you get me? More time, you just got to jump in and figure it out as you go along. Do you get me?
Yeah.
It's trial and error with a lot of things that you do, you know, bro. Like even the start of my brand, do you think I knew how to run a clothing brand, bro?
Yeah.
Do you think we knew how to run a podcast, bro?
Yeah.
You learn as you go along. Do you get me? So there's never going to be a right time still.
Strong. And I like that. And even bouncing on the back of that, I believe that. I like to live by the quote. It's like, the best time to start a hustle was 10 years ago, and the second best time is now. So literally, like, what are you waiting for, innit? Like, there's no better time for you to start your new grind or your new venture or start learning this skill or that skill. Do you know what I mean? Like, go on.
And if you deep it, if you don't start today, someone else is gonna start today. Do you get me? That means they're a day ahead of you now. Do you get me? You got some catching up to do. So whatever you're trying to do, I'm speaking to you like directly. Whatever you're trying to do, whether that's a YouTube channel, start a brand, flipping, I don't know, go to university, whatever it is that you want to do, start today. Do you get me? Like, don't wait and delay.
Yeah, and that brings me on to my second like subtopic of this topic, and I really do resonate with this because I feel like I even owe myself more. Do you know what I mean? I'm holding myself accountable here. I'm not even talking to you guys right now. I'm talking to myself. Like, Ty, you owe it to yourself, to pattern up, like across the board.
Bro,
like,
what did I say
do
to
more,
you
do better. Do you know what I mean?
Fam? I said the same thing to you yesterday in the group chat. Like, I need to do better.
Yeah.
Do you get me? Like, a lot of people will think, me and you, both of us included, that we both go hard all the time, do you get me? But it's a thing where, you said it last episode, like, we're going hard, but we need to be doing more, do you get me? Where we're trying to go requires a lot more work than the average person, do you get what I mean?
So, I got something to come back on that though, yeah?
Go on.
And this is why I like these topics, yeah? So, like, what's your opinion on, like, how can I articulate myself well? Do you ever think that this cycle you've gotten yourself into about you're doing a lot but you need to do more can be unhealthy?
100%.
Wow, let's talk on that.
It can affect your mental health deeper.
Do you think this has affected your mental health? So like, I'm asking.
Yeah, I'll probably say so.
Why?
Still. I don't know how to deal with it. Like, it's just the way that I am now, but I reckon it has played a part in my mental health still.
Yeah.
In terms of, like, I always feel like I'm behind. Even if I do bare, like, I'm working hard all the time, I always feel like there's more to do. Do you get me? Like, it never ends. Do you get what I mean? But I guess thinking long term, what that's going to do for me, that's going to put me way ahead. I'm hoping anyway, do you get me? Because I'm always thinking that I'm behind. So it should benefit me in the future still. But as of right now, like, it plays with your head sometimes still. Yeah,
strong. For me, bro, like, you know what I mean? Because we've been having conversations off cam about this, and I've been saying this to you, genuinely speaking and just being transparent with everyone. I genuinely believe that I have imposter syndrome to the point where it's like, I know I'm doing a lot, like, people tell me like, Ty, you're doing good, or Ty, I can just see like how my routine is. I'm very productive in my weeks, but I just feel like I'm not doing enough. I just feel like I'm not worthy of almost being in the position that I'm in. Do you know what I mean? I feel like I've got to give more. People like Ty, people might look outside in and be like, yeah, Ty, you're doing 100%, but to me, I'm only giving 30, and it's almost like I'm trying to, do you know what I mean, double back now.
I was watching a video the other day, and it said, you are doing 100% of what you can do of who you are right now. Do you get me? So who you are as Tyler right now, you're maxing out. But for you to do more, you have to become someone else. Do you get what I mean? You need to change who you are for you to do more. Do you get me? So who you are right now and how you're moving, you're doing everything that you can. Do you get me? But you want more. So for you to want more or do more, you're gonna have to change who you are. Yeah. Do you get me?
Strong.
That's what I saw.
I got another question as well, but I want to bring it back to the topic about owing yourself. But on that note we just had about mental health and stuff, I would like to have another episode dedicated, and if you guys want this as well, make sure you comment below.
Let us know.
Like an episode dedicated to like the mental health that ties in with the grind and the success. Like, what's the adversities? Do you know what I mean? Because I know, just being transparent, there's certain things I've been through on the back of having this like chase the bag mentality or hustle. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll get into that. So
we'll get into
again, the subtopic I want to get into is like, you owe it to yourself to pursue and attract what you want in life. So like you said, like all these things, imagine if you didn't go hard on Energizer, imagine if you didn't go hard on Trendsetter. Like, you owe it to yourself to work hard to attract all the blessings that's there for you. Do you know
why you owe it to yourself, especially us as well? Like, the things that we're doing, like, not even to mention money, but we're investing money into what we're doing. Do you get me? So we need that return on investment. That's why you owe it to yourself as well. Like, we're paying, this podcast is paying for. The clothes that you're wearing, Trendsetter, that I'm wearing, is paid for. Do you get me? So I owe it to myself to go out there and make this money back. Do you get what I mean? Like, I'm not doing this for no reason just to blow money. Like, I'm doing this to grow my money. Do you get me? So that's why you owe to yourself. Even just take it on like a financial side.
And on a deeper one, like, just to, I 100% agree and understand what you mean about like the example of finances, but I think it's deeper than that, bro. Like, what you're really, of course it is, what you're really trying to say is like your purpose, innit? So like, when it comes down to your purpose now, you owe it to yourself to align yourself with that. We're all trying to provide value, whether that's you through the brand, me and you through Energizer, etc., etc. So you owe it to yourself to give 100% to grow the seed of your purpose. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Not even owe it to yourself, but you owe it to your people as well. Whether that's your family or close ones, you owe it to your people as well, because they've supported you up to this point. Do you get me? So it's only right that you give them something back. You give them a return on their investment. Do you get me? So you owe it to them as well. Yeah. Do you get me?
Do you think a lot about your future?
All the time.
Same.
All the time.
Talk on that.
All the time. I probably think about my future more than my present, bro. I'll be honest with you.
That's like me,
I'm thinking about what I want to do next month or how I'm going to be next year. Do you get me? I think about it all the time.
Yeah. And even me.
But I don't feel like that's good still.
Why not?
I don't feel like you should think about your future too much and your past too much. You should focus on what you're doing now. It's hard to do that. It's better. It's easier to say. Do you get me? But I feel like that's what you should be doing. Yeah.
And I can't lie, that's what I should be doing, but I'm like you in a sense where I'm just so fixated on like future me, future Ty, do you know what I mean? Where it's like, I'm always thinking about what's the result of my actions now? How would that affect me in 5 years' time? Do you know what I mean? Is it going to have a positive?
What you got deep though, bro, what will affect your 5 years' time is you now. Do you get me? So the main thing you need to focus on is you right now, what you're doing on a day-to-day basis, because that's going to affect you in the future. Do you get me? You thinking about the future is cool, but you need to think about what you're doing right now, because what you're doing right now is going to affect your future. Do you get me? So,
strong.
Yeah,
and even bringing it back into like owing yourself, that's why I think I always say to myself, I owe future Ty the best life ever. So in order for me to do that, I need to be on my
and you owe the past
now.
Ty as well. Like you owe the past Ty to be the best version of yourself, because the past Ty went through madness. Do you get me? So
quickly, I know you want to see what happens next. Again, Energizer 22 to get your arms looking fly like me. All right.
It's only right that you show this guy that you got through it in the end. Do you get me?
Yeah, no, 100%, man. And I just feel like, I feel like when you decide to take this journey towards working toward a better life, you owe yourself, you owe your family, do you know what I mean? And you owe your future. Even though you said you shouldn't look heavy in the future, I just feel like there's the past is the road that's already been walked, in it, and now I'm at a crossroads. So whatever the actions I take today, the decision of where I go in this analogy, left or right, will decide whether my future goes down this path here or that path here. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, in order for me to get down the path I want there, I need to make sure that right now I'm taking the necessary steps. I'm doing everything I need to do in the present. 100. Do you know what I mean? Even
just switching it somewhere completely different. What's your opinion on like taking risks? I don't think we've even touched on that in the podcast still. So what's your opinion on taking risks? Do you take risks? Do you feel like it's essential to be successful? Like taking risks?
That's a good question. I'd say for me, I'm not going to say, I feel like taking risks in life is very important for yourself. Yeah, very important. But in terms of like being successful, I don't have the answer to that, because it's like, I don't have the answer to that now. I think you should definitely take risks in life, but it depends what type of risk, because you don't want to be taking the dumb risk like, oh yeah, I'm going to go and jump in front of a car because I'm risking so I can be successful. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
I was speaking to someone the other day, and you know this person as well, but they said that taking risks isn't a logical thing to do. What do you reckon?
I don't know if I agree with that. Yeah. I kind of do agree with that. I'm not gonna lie. I just switched up. I just switch, because when I thought about it, logical. When you take risks, it's kind of emotional in a sense. But then that's where calculated risks come, because I feel like risks in themselves are an emotional thing. Yeah. But calculated risks, I do. But I think calculated risks, are more logical, more logic than emotion in that.
I feel like it's logical to take risks though.
Why?
Because I feel like taking risks is necessary for you to get to where you need to get to. Do you get me? So it's only logical to take calculated risks. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah. But with that being said, the reason why I said that taking risks in general is like an emotional thing is because the opposite of like risk is comfort. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So it's only logical for me to stay in a place of comfort. No,
I don't think so.
Why not?
Logically, why would you want to be comfortable? Do you get me?
No, but like, let me give you an example. So like, say
I hear what you're saying, because in some people's logic, being comfortable is cool. Yeah, but in this world, it's you either grow or you die. Do you get me? 100%. So if you're comfortable, you're slowly dying. Do you get what I mean? No matter, not necessarily dying, but you're lacking. Do you get what I mean? 100%. So I feel like you need to take certain risks, and I feel like it's logical to take risks because that's what's necessary to get to where you need to get. Do you get me?
I like the example you gave. I hear it.
Is this another agree to disagree conversation?
Kind of, but let me land on my point, So like, the reason why I said that is that, say you're at home, and your mum just made dinner, or you've cooked your own dinner, you got food on the table, Logically, it's easier for you to stay in your comfort of, I've got food at home.
No, bro, that's emotionally, bro. But let me let you land.
But it's a risk to be like, I'm gonna go out and get my own food or go to the. Do you know what I mean?
I hear you. Still,
you're trying to say.
I hear
that's
you.
my perspective. So
I hear
like,
you. But I feel like sitting down, even though there's nothing wrong with sitting down and eating your mum's food or your food, you get me? But from the scenario that you used, I feel like that's an emotional thing to do. Do you get me? Because it's like, I'm comfortable. Like, I feel good. I want to sit down and eat this food.
I think, you're comfortable. So it's only logical for me as a human being to stay where I seek comfort. Why would I sleep outside by choice if that's uncomfortable when I got my bed here, which is comfortable? It's logical for me to sleep in my bed. Yeah, because it's comfortable.
If you got a bed and you sleep outside, then you're just a dumbass. That's what it is. You get me? But I don't know. We'll just agree to disagree on that one.
Yeah, you get me? Disagree. But back into the whole you owe it to yourself. Like, let's talk about being lazy now, because I got a lot to say on this, boy. Because I would say to a certain extent I am a bit lazy myself.
Yeah, 100. Everyone can be lazy.
Do you think you owe it to yourself to not be lazy?
Yeah.
Why?
100%.
Are you lazy?
I can be.
Yeah. I feel
be.
like everyone's just...
Yeah. I'll be lying if I said I'm not lazy
Yeah.
sometimes. You get me? Or sometimes I may lack motivation, or sometimes I may not be consistent. Like I feel like on this podcast so far, we've kind of portrayed ourselves to just be on it all the time. Do you get me? We're not. Everyone has their days where they're not feeling 10 out of 10. Do you get me? But I feel like that's why I always say that you need to have a passion in what you're doing, because if you have a passion in what you're doing, eventually you can say to yourself, right, I'm being lazy, but I need to get back up because I need to hit this goal. Do you get me? So I can be lazy, but I feel like I don't stay lazy for too long. I don't like to anyway.
Yeah. And I can 100% resonate with that. So like, again, disclaimer, don't get it twisted. The type of content you've seen from myself and Tavon, that's who we are. So that's the type of mindset we wield. However, we'd be lying if we said that 24/7, 100% of the time, we are on the go every day. Like I have my lazy days, do you know what I mean? I have my days where I'm just not feeling good and not really trying to get out of bed. Same as the next person, do you know what I mean? We're not better. We're not superheroes, do you know what I mean? Yeah. However, the mindset we have is like, we know when we are being lazy that it's the wrong thing to do. Like when I'm being lazy, I'm like, bruv, like this is not even like me, man. Like what am I doing? I need to pattern up, do you know what I mean? I need to do more. So like,
do you feel like pressure to work hard 24/7? And I say that because obviously me and you are seen in a certain light by the people around us as those people that work hard 24/7. So do you feel the pressure to live up to those expectations from your people?
No.
You don't know?
I feel them. I feel the pressure, but I don't like... The pressure doesn't affect me internally, if that makes sense, because it's like people's perspectives and judgments on me is not the biggest depiction for my validation, in a sense where whatever you expect me to do, you do not affirm me. Do you know what I mean? So just because you think, oh, Tyler's that guy who's working till 3 a.m, so why is he not working today? That doesn't mean anything to me, because your opinion of me does not affect my internal self. Do you know what I mean? And also, like I said, I look at things from a long-sighted trajectory. So it's like the mindset I have, the things I do, my routines, etc., the way I'm reading books and constantly taking steps to learn and grow, my trajectory is going to get me to where I want to go. So even if I have the odd night, like yesterday, where I was like, you know, I'm not doing anything today, I know I'll be all right. I know I'll be all right, innit? Because I know that I'm taking this one day.
9 times out of 10, you are working hard.
Thank you. I'm taking this one day, but I deserve it, because I know that next week I'm going to be working anyways. I'm going to be doing what I'm doing. So me having...
no one can work hard 24/7. Sorry to interrupt you, bro. But burnout's a real thing. Do you get me? I know I've had it bare times. I'm just grafting. I'll even lock off people around me. Like I won't really speak to people. But you're working so hard for such a consistent period of time that eventually you burn out. It's like you can't even do nothing now. The small little tasks feel like a lot for you to do. Do you get me? So it's, as I said in the last episode, it's balance. Do you get me? Like balancing work and then balancing. Do you get me?
This episode's a personal one, because like, just being transparent, I literally felt like I burnt out last week. And even when we had our mastermind session and you lot could just see I wasn't my normal self, like my energy was low. I just had a very unproductive week, because I felt like the last 3-4 months I've been so fixated on quote unquote the grind, quote unquote, you know, I want to be successful, let me do A, B and C, to the point where I haven't given myself necessary time to just rest or have fun or enjoy. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like that's a vicious cycle that comes with being on the grind, etc., etc. Like, where's the balance? Do you know what I mean? Because again, we'd be lying if we said that we was living by this balance that we like to speak on all the time. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes I do have a good balance, but sometimes I'll just be honest, like I don't really give myself much time to have fun or enjoy too much, because I'm like, oh, the grind, this, that and the third.
Bro, someone asked me the other day, like, what do I do to like cool off or enjoy myself?
Same. And I was like,
I had to sit down for like a good time. I actually don't know, bro. Like I swear down, like I don't play PlayStation no more. Like I don't watch TV, like I don't do none of these stuff. Do you get me? So I have to say that I need to find. That's probably one of my goals for this month, to find something that I like to do, so I can just lock off from everything, bro. Do you get me? I'm going to Jamaica in June still, so that period there I ain't doing nothing.
Of course not, man. Do nothing. But that's what I mean, and that's the dangerous cycle that comes with like our type of mentality, because we're so fixated on achieving, we're so fixated on becoming, that we forget what can I become now, in the sense where it's like, what can I do to just enjoy now? Do you know what I mean? Have fun now. Do you know what I mean? And like, even people come to me and be like, yo, like, you good? Like, when's the last time you went out? Like, I'm not, your story's looking kind of dry on Snap. Do you know what I mean? I'm not seeing nothing's going on. And I'm like, damn, like, so one of my work colleagues was literally like to me, my friend, she was like, what do you actually do? And I was just like, damn, like,
Yeah.
what did I do? Do you know what I mean? Same way what you said, man. So it's scary sometimes.
But I never really deeped it until that person came to me and asked me, bro. Do you get me? Like, I never really sat down and thought, right, I don't do nothing myself, like, to enjoy myself or chill out. Do you get me? Until that person said that to me, I was like, right, I actually don't have nothing to bake off and just chill. Do you get me? So I need to figure out what that is.
Yeah, that's like me now. So what I might start doing is I might just like practical ways, because it's all good we're talking about this, but practical ways we can improve balance. And I feel like we should have a separate episode again on this topic to fully flesh it out. But essentially, I think things that I could do is like set myself a day or a time. On a weekday, certain times from 8 till 10, I'm not doing nothing, or like the whole of Saturday, I'm not doing no work. Do you know what I mean? If a podcast clip needs to be done, man, I'll go do it. Do you know what I mean? Saturday, I'm resting. Do you know what I mean? I'm just relaxing.
Yeah. But do you feel guilty sometimes for like taking your foot off the gas?
Yo guys, I told you, man, first ever sponsor, man, so big up Trendsetter again. The promotional code to get a discount on any of these type of items is Energizer22, and I'm going to repeat that again, Energizer22. Let's get back to it.
And chilling.
Sometimes I do and I don't, sorry, so I feel like I'm constantly battling myself. I do feel bad for taking a rest, because one part of my brain is like, come on Tyler, like you've got so much stuff you could be doing and spending your time on right now that's wiser than you watching Netflix, you playing GTA or whatever. But the other side is like, Tyler, it's all right to chill out, like you've worked very hard this week, do you know what I mean? You're generally a very productive guy, so having 6 hours of a day to do nothing, is it really that deep in the grand scheme of things? Do you know what I mean? So I feel like I'm always at heads with myself.
Fighting yourself. Yeah.
What about you?
I feel that too. No, like there'll be times where I tried to chill. I swear down, I got a problem, bro. Like I tried to chill, and I'm not saying this to seem cool, and I'll try to chill, but it's like I can't sit still, bro. I always just need to be active, like speaking to someone or doing this. Do you get me? Like that's just who I am right now. Like it's not an act. Do you get me? So when I'm sitting still, or I'm trying to like purposely not do anything, it's like, no, I can't sit down for too long. Do you get me?
Yeah. On that note, guys, as you're watching this, if you want an episode where me and Tay properly just chop it up about like the mental health aspects that tie in with chasing the bag, is it healthy or unhealthy, just let us know in the comments. But make sure you're commenting down below if you're watching us on YouTube, because we interact. So just but back into it, man. I feel like balance is key, do you know what I mean? And you need to do these things, because me and you could be on a constant grind, 24/7. Every time I'm calling you, you're doing something productive, But what's that like? Are you gonna, because you're trying to be so productive in a week's time, are you not just gonna burn out? In a week's time, is that good for your mental health in the long run? Do you know what I mean? You need balance, you need rest, you need these times where you can just chill and just turn off and switch off from life.
It's easy to confuse being busy and being productive. Just because you're being busy don't mean you're productive. You get me? I went through a period where I'm just doing bare things, but I'm not seeing the results of it because I'm not being productive. I'm not getting things done. Do you get me? So make sure you know the difference between being busy and being productive, because they're two different things. Yeah.
And another reason why I don't really like to rest that much is because, back onto this thing about what you owe yourself, it's like I owe it to myself to give my future self everything. So it's like, now's the time where I should be sacrificing, in a sense where it's like, now's the time where I should be sacrificing my weekends rather than chilling, because by the time I've made all my millions and whatnot by 25, then I can be chilling. Do you know? Then I can.
But you know what? Yeah, and I'll just deep this now. Like, you see, like if you go out on weekends and you go to parties or you do whatever you want to do on the weekends, you can still be successful. You know, you never know. Of course. You never know who you can meet when you're out at this party. You never know what you can do when you go out. Do you get me? So you being trapped up in your house, just editing videos and whatnot, like that's cool. That will probably make you successful. Do you get me? But you going out there and actually meeting people and speaking to new people, that's going to take you to a whole different level. Yeah. Do you get what I mean?
Disclaimer as well on that, like, none of us are saying that because you go parties you can't be successful. Like, we're just talking individually about our routine and what we do. Do you know what I mean? I don't really go parties. I should be going to a party next week though, because I'm like, you know, I deserve it.
Bruv, go to parties, but just balance it though. Like, go to parties, get lit. Do you get me? We're young. There's girls out there. Do your thing. Do you get me? Responsibly. You get me? But flipping, do your thing in it. Yeah. But just know that there's balance in it. Like, go out to the parties on your weekends, but during that weekday or during the week, just make sure you're getting to work, bro. Like, focus on what you need to be doing. Do you get me?
And on that note, I feel like I'm gonna change my schedule, because where I'd set myself goals to do every week, I'm gonna limit that and say, you know what, make sure, Ty, you get all of your work done, everything that you need to get done from Monday morning till Friday afternoon, so that Saturday and Sunday you can't do nothing. Like, you just by force you're off, because it's like, I don't know what type of, there's a title for this method I'm gonna give you. It's like if you give yourself an hour to do your work, you'll do the work, innit? If you give yourself a day, you'll do it in a day. It's the same thing. So like
in school, if your teacher gives you work and it's due in 2 weeks, you're gonna do it in 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks.
But if they give you that same work and it's due tomorrow, you're gonna make sure
Thank
it's
you.
done tomorrow.
So like it's the same principle. So if I say to myself, listen, all your stuff needs to be done by Friday because Saturday and Sunday I'm putting your laptop elsewhere. Do you know what I mean? You're not gonna have your books. You're not gonna have nothing. Yeah, you can't do anything. Yeah, I'll make sure that I get myself done by Friday. So Saturday and Sunday, I'm forcing myself to chill, forcing myself to just live some life now and go out and whatnot. And you're right. I feel like when you're on this path as we are now, like we haven't reached the finish line yet. Do you know what I mean? We ain't even in the second lap yet. Do you know what I mean? However, it's like you get so fixated on you building your own picture of what success looks like to you. For me to be successful, I have to now be in my room editing videos 24/7 and then trying to be the most productive person in the world.
Joke about it is that might not even make you successful. Do you get me? That might not be your route to be successful. Do you get me? It might be something completely different. So you could be so fixated on what you're doing now, but God or the universe or whatever you subscribe to can have a different plan for you, bro. Yeah. He may redirect you to do something completely different. Do you get me? Where it's got nothing to do with videos. Do you get me? So I feel like keep your mind open. Like even with Trendsetter, I feel like it got to the point where I boxed myself in and I thought I could only do Trendsetter. Do you get me? But I'm bigger than Trendsetter. Trendsetter is big. I see Trendsetter as its own person. Do you get me? But I'm not Trendsetter. As much as I'm pushing Trendsetter, I'm still Tay and I can still do other things, which is why I'm on the podcast and why I'm doing other things outside of Trendsetter. Do you get me? So don't box yourself in. Like realize that you're way more powerful than just one lane. Do you get me? And that one lane might not even be for you. You may get redirected.
I really took that one in, man. And the biggest takeaway for me from this episode, based off of what you just said now, was like, there's no rules. Like that's what we said just now before we got into this episode. When it comes to the podcast, there's no rules. Your success, there's no rules. Your finish line, whatever that may be, there's no rules. You can, work and then go party and then live life and experience new things and still get to that end goal. Maybe potentially even quicker than you would have if you're like, oh no, I'm cutting everyone off. I'm in grind mode now. I have to be in my room doing A, B, and C. You don't have to cut yourself off or be less than or feel like you can't indulge yourself in the same amount of fun because you think that's going to make you derail or go back or going to take me longer. That's not something that I struggle with to this day. Like a lot of my peers, people around me, like, yo, Ty, like you need to go out more, like chill more, innit? Like just come out, like live some life. Do you know what I mean? That's what my big sister tells me all the time. And I'm like, nah, like I can't because I'm trying to be successful. I'm trying to da. But is that healthy? Do you know what I mean? There needs to be a balance. And that's something I've literally just learned now.
Yeah, strong. I feel like obviously at the end of each episode you leave a gem. I feel like that was your gem. You left one already. Do you get me? That's a big gem. Do you get me? So even just me, a gem that I would leave you guys is don't be disheartened if you get redirected. Do you get me? Your success in your head, it may look crystal clear to you, but that may not be what you're trying to do in life. So if you get redirected, like, don't be too disheartened. There's an American footballer called Inky Johnson. Do you know about him? No. Anyway, he was an American footballer, grinded his whole life to get to the position to where he was in it. He was one game away from being an NFL player, multi-million-dollar contract or whatever. The day before he was about to sign that contract, he broke his leg. Career's over now. Do you get me? He got redirected on a mad thing. And now he's like a motivational speaker. Do you get me? And I watched one of his videos and he said like, you're bigger than... His goal was to be an American footballer and be a millionaire. Do you get me? But he's bigger than that. His purpose is bigger than that. Like what he's doing now, he's impacting way more people than he would have done in the field. Do you get me? So when you get redirected, don't be too disheartened about it because your journey may be different to what you have in your mind. So that's what I leave you with still.